everyone. How are we doing today? I am at home. I am in the rare, it's a rarity that I'm at home, but I am at home today. So it's pretty fun for me. Uh, let's see what's happening today. Lots of stuff, lots of stuff. I see that lots of people are in the chat already. That makes me happy. Robert is here. Hi, Robert. And we are going to look at his chart today because he gave me special permission over the weekend. We did a little reading and some fun stuff for him about past lives and such. And I wanted to look at his chart and tell him a little bit more about why people might call him a shaman, why he might be pushed a little bit to move in that direction. Let's see. And then who else is on here? I saw lots of people. Ruth is here. Hi, Ruth. Yay. Richard is here. Hello, Richard. How are you? I haven't gotten a chance to watch what you sent us yet, but I will do that shortly after we're done. Lori's here. Yay. Hi, Lori. We've been talking back and forth today. I decided today that I'm going to not push myself so hard because I had a dream this morning that I was this is the strangest dream to me, but I was washing this floor, cleaning this floor, and constantly, and it was for this rich man that I was dating, or my friend was dating. Somebody was dating him anyway, or he had a whole harem. I'm not real sure about that. But I'm cleaning this floor and she's helping me, and we got it all really nice and clean. And then waves, like ocean waves, would come up, only the water was super dirty and it would get all over the floor again. And I was so proud of how clean it was, and then the waves would wash over it and make it dirty again. And I thought, oh my God. And then I didn't realize how hard I was really working until I reached back to scratch the back of my head. And my hair was all in one big mat back there. I was like, oh my God, how long has it been since I took a shower? How long has it been since I brushed my hair? And I mean, clearly, it's really long. And I'm a little anal retentive about it. So that is a crazy dream, but it gave me a lot of insight into what is happening in my brain, right? So right now we are being triggered. Hi, there's more people. Joyce, how are you? Good to see you on here. And Linnell, yay. Glad you're listening. Let's see. It gave me a lot of insight into what is happening in my brain, like I said. So there's a lot in the astrology right now that is coming up for us. It's a new moon. The new moon is conjunct. I guess I could look at these things instead of trying to rattle them off the top of my head, right? Oh, new concept. Let's see. Is this really today? No, that's my chart. Okay. That's pretty funny. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we have things so close together. So close together. We have the sun conjunct Sun and Venus are together, very close together. Moon is coming up on that, and Mercury's right by the moon. So we have all this stuff culminating, and in the South Node as well. So we have all this stuff culminating into a Scorpio new moon. And it happens at 2 degrees Scorpio. That happens to roll right over the top of my personal, where my Jupiter is. Juniper. Oh my gosh. Where my Jupiter is. So I would imagine that myself personally, I will be all of the stuff that is happening right there. So communication, stuff about past lives will come up. And every time there's a new moon, it should be a time for us to rest. But sometimes my brain goes, whoa, because because my comfort zone is taking care of everything, not resting. So I am called to rest during the winter months, but that's also when my birthday is. So I don't really rest very much. And I'm called to rest on new moons as well, but I'm not very good at it and it's not my comfort zone. So my brain tends to really, really, really go crazy. And in the last few days, I can feel that energy building. And so I have a show coming up on Saturday. I have been just roaring to go, trying to get everything done. And I realized today that I need to give myself a little bit of a break. And I bet that's true for a lot of you out there too. The other thing about me is that I was born during an eclipse season. So eclipse season is really good energy for me to be in, but it's also a little bit challenging for other people. So while it's while it's my comfort zone, it's other people's trigger. So it's an interesting place to be in all of that. But what I was going to do for Robert is now, I don't know of a way that I can bring this up and allow you to see it other than I should have probably, I don't think this worked the last time. I don't think I was ever able to get you to see it. So I should have probably printed it off, but I can describe things to you. So Robert has stelliums, which is a group of planets or celestial beings together. And his are all grouped up into 3 different groups, primarily. So, and then Robert, your moon is a little bit separate. Your Venus is a little bit separate. And your Venus is in Capricorn. I love that. And hopefully I sent this chart to you, but if I didn't, reach out to me and I will send it to you. But we were talking about why you might be called to be a healer. So, Robert, you have in the 10th house where we would look to see what kind of career you wanted or what kind of career you actually chose, how you chose to put yourself out to the rest of the world, how you chose to show up for all of us. Hey, Kim, and thanks for coming. Nice to see you. That's where we would look. So that's the 10th house, where we would look to find those things that would point to what you might want to do for a living. You have Chiron right there at your midheaven, which is the beginning of the 10th house. Chiron is the wounded healer. So early in life, you would have received some wounds that would have made it so that you could help other people move past things that you've already gone through, right? So early in my life, I was abused different ways. We'll say that because I don't want to go into it too much, but because of that abuse that I received, I can help other people through abuse. I know what it's like to have been there, and I know what it's like to have come out of it. Also, drugs. I was a real good drug addict too. Not on everything because I'm a control freak as well, but I do get it when I talk to other people that have been addicted to drugs, so I can help them through that. That is my Chiron placement, but yours, like I said, is in the 10th house. It's also in Pisces. So Pisces which also rules your 10th house. Pisces people, it's water sign. But they can generally be whatever they need to be at the time. Very changeable energy, and in certain ways. Pisces is the energy of a lot of actors, a lot of singers that they can be on stage. They can also be reclusive. So it's a very interesting sign to me. I have my Mars in Pisces, so I love to research all of that. Okay, so you have your North Node right there too. Your North Node happens to be in Aries, but it's still considered conjunct by some people because they're within 10 degrees of each other. I would consider that conjunct because it's always going to affect how you help people heal and how you helped yourself. Because if we look at everything as being planned out by ourselves, that's the way it goes, So, hey, Sam. So your North Node is where you chose to move into this lifetime. The things that you chose to learn, the things that you chose to experience anew in this lifetime. Your South Node would point to the things that you've already experienced, the things that you already have a PhD in. So, and then right with that, fairly close to that still is your Saturn and also Vesta. Vesta puts a lot of passion into all of that. So, also, there's more. Your South Node. So you have your chart kind of looks like a teeter-totter, right? So at this point in your life, you're coming to the point in your 50s where you can balance all this energy that's been kind of pushing and pulling on you, making you feel like you were teeter-totter, making you feel like, oh, I need to go this way. Oh, I need to go that way. I don't know really which way I want to go. Now you're coming to a balance in that so that the teeter-totter can just sit there, right? And that has to do with Uranus and, oh my gosh, Mars and also Jupiter and a little bit of Pluto. So there's a lot of that energy of going back and forth. But now you're coming to a point where you can learn, and that's where all the research you've been doing is about. You're coming to a point where you can learn how to move into that. You've got the skills, you've got the energy, you've got the ability. But I think I talked about a couple of different times with you about how relaxing into it is more important than doing a bunch of research on it, right? So I'm going to turn this on because I think it's going to get dark in here. There. So remember that. Thanks, Sam. She said, amazed how Marcia is able to do the horoscope with very little input. Thanks. Sometimes I feel like, I have done a lot of research and a lot of years on this, and I am definitely somebody who looks at the chart intuitively and goes with the intuition first. So if I see a certain pattern in your chart, I'm going to tell you about that first before I tell you about anything else. So the first thing I saw with your chart, Robert, was that seesaw action that you have. Now, you've got other planets that kind of help you balance that out a little bit. But the energy between your 10th house and your fourth house, the fourth house, boy, it'd be nice if I could talk, if my tongue didn't get in the way. Your fourth house has to do with home and family. So there might have been a lot of stress on home and family. Let me see. Now, the stellium that you've got in there, with Uranus in there and Mars in there, you're passionate about home and family. You probably want home and family, but there could have been some uproar of all of that because it's going to be constantly a little bit of change with Uranus in there. And then you've got Pluto real close there too. So a lot of different energies right there that could make things really interesting in your life. And then, like, gosh, I wish you guys could see this. I wish there was a way to share this. Maybe we can figure that out in other episodes. But in the fifth house, you've got another stellium of Sun, Mercury, Neptune, Pallas Athena, and Juno, all concentrated right at the beginning of Sagittarius. So very passionate energy in all of that as well. And then you got oh my goodness. Sometimes I have to look things up a little bit. Yes. Your Venus in Capricorn. Because I second guessed myself. Wow. Your rising sign is Cancer, and then your Venus is absolutely opposite in Capricorn. So that creates, now you do that. Uh-huh. Your life may have been quite challenging. So you've got, now some astrologers include this, some of them don't. If you include the rising sign in a square, you've got a cardinal square, which means you've got extremely powerful energy. And that's something that I didn't see right away. And I'm not sure why. But now that I'm seeing it, I'm like, oh, that's big. And it's between, so it involves Chiron, Jupiter, your rising sign, and also your Venus. So things that you will be passionate about, things that you love, things, the planet of expansion, and also Chiron. And also the way that other people see you. So, of course, I mean, I'm going to tell you that by looking at this, of course, everybody looks at you as somebody who can heal them. Everybody will be projecting that on you if you're not ready to, even if you're not ready to move into that space. You would be somebody that would often have people walking up to you and just spilling their guts because they know that you're a healer. They know that you have big energy and that you could help them. So whether you want to move into that or not, it's totally up to you. Oh my gosh. So, oh, cool. Kim, I guess you want me to look up your chart maybe? Cool. Joyce, she says, what if I don't know my birth time? Well, I am not one of those people who can, who is really skilled in figuring out the birth time unless I know you quite well. And part of that, I mean, there are different theories on that. I'm trying to, it's a word similar to verify, but that's not the word most astrologers use. Kim, I'm looking it up quick. But you can still find out a lot about your birth chart. Oh, Kim, Florence, Alabama. Okay. You can still find out a lot about your birth chart and about your human design, which I also do a little bit of, without the time. And sometimes you can guesstimate it. When I work with both systems, looking up the charts, I feel like I can get a closer guesstimate on what your birth time was, but I don't feel like I can narrow it down like other people claim to be able to do, narrow it down to the minute. Now, things can change minute to minute because there are different things. You're like something might fall in a different house, but there are other house systems, like most of us use the Placidus system, but there are also several different systems, and one of them is whole house system, where the houses are exactly the same size all the way around. So let me stop explaining that while I look this chart up, because thanks, Kim. Thanks for the donation. Let's see. So hopefully that answers your question, Joyce. Florence, Alabama. Florence. Sometimes it takes me a minute because I try to concentrate on 3 things at the same time. It's a me thing. Let's see. And I keep losing where that was. Wish I could sing at the same time. Wouldn't that be cool? Oh my. 11:15 p.m. I saw your other message too, so thank you for that. Okay. Okay, Kim. I can send you, if you leave me a phone number or some way to get a hold of you in the chat, I can send you this. Your chart is very interesting in that it is very spread out. There are things in nearly every house, which is cool. I could explain a lot more about astrology if we had more time, but I do want to get to some questions and some healing. So, sun, your sun is in Gemini. So is your moon. That would be convenient. So, sun represents your higher self, things that you want to experience in this lifetime, the way we would like to end up to be, not necessarily the way we start out to be. Your moon represents your emotions and how you live day to day. Your moon is considered conjunct with Mars, and Mars is in 1 degree of Cancer. So this moon conjunct Mars is an interesting placement. Can be very passionate about things, can be a little bit volatile, but later in life you understand how to work with those energies a lot better. And your rising sign is Aquarius. I like Aquarius. So just looking at things here, I'm seeing a grand trine with your rising sign involved. Your rising sign, your Jupiter, and your moon. And yeah. So very interesting, interesting placement there. So grand trine is, the energies work very well together. They mesh very well. Ooh, cool. Sam's chart. I love how I start saying things and then see a squirrel. Samson says, I dabble a little bit in astrology using the Indian chart system. That's something that I would really love to learn. I know that I'm a Sagittarius in the, I don't, is it Vedic astrology, I believe. Hopefully that's right. I'm reading the general keys now. I love that. Oh, cool. Gene Keys. Interesting. So I'm not sure what Gene Keys is all about, but that sounds fascinating. Um, it sounds like something that would be right up my alley. So anyway, Kim, if you want more on your chart or have a specific question about it, let me know. But I haven't sang yet today. Good Lord, I've done all this talking and no singing. So relax. And if you would like a reading from me, let me know in the chat. I'd love it if you sent a donation. You can send it through my Venmo, or you can send it as a super chat, and I forgot what it's called, on Rumble. But in the human design. Okay. I would love to look up at your human design, but it'll take me a little bit. Maybe we could do that off of the show. But let's see what kind of time we have. Okay, so relax, settle into your chair or whatever you're on. Let yourself relax as much as you can and let the music take you wherever you go. When I hear norum chialochu candivi anelo olewach anum Hilorum Abol Elko we can heal Shantaetual Arnekun Olegior Henokel Onde we cadalorandum Majareconum Here we are onto Alucasaenum Gialui Atorum Candaca voletur Hiu ambarol catoi cantorum all I wish I could Hiwina wako Pandaralore kur Kinshali lokoran Alewa alokum. Okay. Ooh, I love this stuff. Sam sent me a super sticker. Thank you, my dear. Do you have a question? Let's see. I've been stuck for a long time and have not processed as much as I had hoped, wished, deserved. Okay. Linnell sent me a super sticker as well. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to skip over you. Would you like me to look up your chart, Linnell? Or do you have certain questions about your chart? Let me know. So the reason I did Robert's was because he called me and asked me for a session this weekend. That session went over, but I didn't feel like I was quite done giving him information. So I told him I would do a piece of his chart on the radio or on the show today. Sorry, the live show today. And that's why he got that. So Linnell, let me know what you would like. Let's see. That's cool. Thanks, Robin. I love that. Let me see. Yeah, I guess I do need to look up your chart, Linnell. Okay. Goodness, I'm getting a little mixed up here. Okay. Sorry, it's going to just take me a little bit. Taylor. Oh, I'm getting two different people mixed up. Okay. All right. There it is. I love that. Okay, Linnell, let me read this off to you because I want to make sure that I was concentrating enough. Okay, so you were born in Murray, Utah on August 9th, 1966 at 10:35 p.m., correct? Let's see. I have a special affinity for Leos. I'll just get that out there now. I always have. We match up pretty well, Capricorns and Leos, because we both like to work hard and respect each other for that. So let's see. You have your sun in the 5th house in Leo, and it is very close to Vesta. It's not exactly considered conjunct. It is 10 degrees apart. However, that makes you someone who is very special to your dad, I would imagine. Also, Vesta is the goddess of the hearth fire, and she's also not a planet, she's an asteroid. But I feel like we're moving into the asteroids a little more, partially because we're moving into more balance in the universe between male and feminine, masculine and feminine. And let's see. I guess I didn't even tell you the other details that people want to know all the time. So your sun is in Leo in the 5th house, which is also the house that Leo traditionally rules. So that's happy. That would make your life a little less challenging in some aspects. And then you have your moon in the 1st house in Taurus, and you also have Taurus rising. So a lot of Taurus. Taurus loves the good life. And with your moon there in the first house is the sense of self. So either you put yourself first or it's the very last. It's an interesting way of looking at things. You've also got your North Node conjunct your moon. So you definitely would be learning about how to put yourself first in this lifetime. That is an interesting aspect. I love that. And oh, Sam, you would like a reading or you would like me to look up your astrology? I'm getting a little confused now. I should have just stayed to one thing. Oh, let's see. Yes. So Linnell, I would love to look at your chart some more, but this is going to be really short stuff this time. Let me see if I can see any big. Oh, I wanted to explain a little bit about the aspects are like the conversations that the planets are having with each other. So when you have like a grand trine, do you? And you do. It's not a hugely powerful grand trine, but you do have a grand trine in there. And oh wait. No, not really. Because there isn't a planet involved. It is your midheaven, the place where we would look for career, is trine Pluto and Uranus, which are also conjunct at 17 degrees. They're only minutes apart. And then your moon is trine midheaven. So I would be curious to know what career you did decide to do in life, because you're all set up to make money at whatever you want to do, and be able to do it on a day-to-day basis. So according to this, now this, I'm not looking at your human design chart. That might tell me different things, but that's what I would read from your actual chart, your astrology chart. So let's see, how good am I doing here? Oh, Sam, I would love to help you out with that. Let's do a song for you though, my dear. Oh, Linnell, you were wondering about your 10th house and North Node. Okay, your 10th house is ruled by Capricorn, which is the traditional ruler of the 10th house. That's good, but there aren't any planets in it. That doesn't mean you don't have that energy, though. It just means that your the way you present yourself to the world is not quite as defined as some other people's. So you get to choose a lot more than other people do. And I love that for you. Your North Node is, like I said, in the first house in Taurus. So you're learning how to value yourself. You're learning how to value your emotions too, because it's conjunct the moon. And also how to make yourself comfortable in this world. That would be something that you might not have a whole lot of your South Node. Now, the North and South nodes are always on an axis, so a straight line. Your South Node is in Scorpio and conjunct Neptune. So with that kind of energy, you would have been passionate about, and it's in the 7th house. You're passionate about creating relationships and being in relationships. And also, you might see people a little bit differently than they see themselves, because you can see behind the veil. You might not trust everything that people are telling you, because you can see the truth. You can see the truth better than they can sometimes. So that's a bit of a challenge. I would love to read more for you on that too. But I want to get to Sam. Thanks, Robert. Oh, good. And Linnell says, we will share time together in the future. I love that. Awesome. Okay. Thanks, Joyce. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy singing. It's helpful that I enjoy it, right? Because it is so effective for me. So, Sam. I will look up your chart too at some point, but let's get to the nitty gritty. Maybe I can help you move along a little bit in this this time of transformation. So just relax for me. Oh, interesting. On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering. So, with that, that was an interesting choice to me. I don't usually sing religious songs. And Christianity has brought a lot of, oh boy, you're going to hear my opinion right now. Christianity has brought a lot of strife to the world, right? I don't believe that that's the way Christ intended things to happen. Definitely not. But in the name of Christianity, a lot of wars have started, right? So, and in the name of religion, even more have started. So, I feel like there's a hang up with you, though, and that's why I was called to sing that song. I mean, I don't think that song was an accident. I didn't get that I should sing a different song. I got strongly that I should sing that particular song. So, my read on that is that there's some kind of hang up that has to do with religion And that's what's stopping you. This is my firm belief. I believe that everything works together. So I consider myself pagan, but that's only because I believe that everything works. And I honestly believe Christ was not a Christian because that's not how he intended things to go. Christ was all about love, and he was all about the metaphysical, which was kind of squished by the church. So I hope that I don't offend anybody from that, but I hope that resonates with you, and I hope it helps a lot. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out where I was. Yay. Oh, Linnell, good. Oh, I just minimized everything. Hold on just a minute. Sometimes there. Sometimes my laptop goes a little wacko. Oh, Joyce said that was her grandmother's favorite song. That's so cool. I love it. A contrast mechanism. Yes. Christ is absolutely real. I would never say that he wasn't real. I believe that a lot of us were alive during that time, and a lot of us knew him. So yes, absolutely, he is real. And I just don't believe that he ever would have interpreted what he was teaching the same way as some religions have interpreted it. We'll put it that way. I believe that he believed in love and that he believed in the metaphysical and was one of the best metaphysical teachers we've ever had on the planet. So, yes, to clarify. Yes. Okay, so let me see. I'm looking back in the chat to see what I haven't done for people. Did I give everybody? Are you all satisfied with that? Sam, we can look up your chart. Oh, we can look up your chart at a different time, or I guess I could take time because I don't have any other questions out there yet. So, yes. Joyce says, I was raised Christian, but woke up a few years ago. I agree. Yeah, 2 years ago. Yes, that was a great comment. I don't mean to say that wasn't a great comment. It was perfect. Yes. And by the way, we shoot the shit, you know? I hopefully that's not offensive to Tiffany that I swear on my own show, because it's probably going to happen. That's just who I am. We communicate like we're brother and sister, like honest to God, brother and sister, not like I'm afraid to talk to him. No, that is totally not the way I was brought up. But, but definitely we talk that way now. And I had to go back to my church and get over my hangups about religion. And what got me over it was sitting down on the stairs and Jesus came and sat beside me. And I said, what am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? And his answer was, and this always makes me tear up. His answer was, if I'm a piece of God and you're a piece of God, how can you be wrong? How can you be anything but perfect? And now I forget that often in my life, but it was a spectacular thing. Hi, Shaylee. Let's see. Richard said he would like a message. Yay. Hi, Richard. I did not put my cards up here. So we're off the top of my head today. That is awesome. Richard, there are some changes coming for you, and I want you to think about relaxing into them as well. Don't get too upset when change comes to you. Sometimes we get stuck in a bit of, even if we are people who embrace change, we get comfortable, I guess, in whatever direction we're going. And if something upsets that, and change happens, right? But if something comes along that changes that and shifts that, it feels like we've lost our footing, or we've lost our direction. But that's not very true. It's not true at all, in fact. Whatever's coming along for you will be maybe slightly scary for your brain, but it's exactly what your soul wants. So remember that. Remember that that they got you, man. They your spirit guides, your soul, the other piece of your soul that is not down here on earth has you. Yes. So they want you to know that everything is good. Everything will turn out fine and good. And this is the direction that your soul wants you to go. It just might be a bit of a bumpy ride for a minute or two. And I don't know precisely what that means, but I'll leave that with you. I'm excited to hear what happens, though. I think that will be awesome. Joyce, no kidding. She says a loving God wouldn't fry you like bacon for eternity. Exactly. I remember distinctly sitting through sermons like that. Oh, Sam, I love that. That's awesome. Oh, yay. Okay. So, this is for everyone. I just realized that we were talking about, I need to pull up lyrics for this song because I don't know if I can do it on my own. But we were discussing a song during Robin's show. And I'm going to see if I can pull this off. So be patient. Well, I built me a raft and she's ready for floating. Oh, Mississippi, she's calling my name. Catfish are jumping, that paddle wheel thumping. Black water keeps rolling on past just the same. Oh, black water, keep on rolling. Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining on me? Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining on me? Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining on me? Yeah, keep on shining your light. Gonna make everything, pretty mama, gonna make everything all right. And I ain't got no worries, 'cause I ain't in no hurry at all. Ha! I love this part. Well, if it rains, I don't care. Don't make no difference to me. Just take that streetcar that's going uptown. Yeah, I'd like to hear some funky Dixieland. And dance a honky tonk. And I'll be buying everybody drinks all around. I love this song, and it's so appropriate for right now because change is coming and we need to roll like we're rolling on the river, like we're on a raft and we got this. We're on a raft. Maybe we're on that big boat with the paddle wheel. We can go wherever we want to on that Mississippi River because we've got this. And we are definitely in the love of the god and the goddess, however you want to look at that. Awesome, Richard. I love that you're in the flow. He says, I used to be more maybe controlling about my life, but I'm more in the flow right now. That is amazing. I love that for you. Yay, yay, yay. So if anybody else has a question, let me know. Oh my goodness. Boy, time flew, didn't it? I must have talked a lot. So let me see. I would love to see you all on next week. I would love it if you would find me on social media. Let's see, I think you can find me. You can search Marcia Colver under just about everything and find me that way. Instagram, you can find me that way, I know. And it's Marcia Colver Reichert on Facebook, but you can either find me there or find me under Channeling Divine. I'm both. Channeling Divine is my business page. Joyce says, I'm singing with you and my puppy goes barking at me. That's awesome. I love it. Oh, yay. So thanks, Robin. She says, you are amazing. I used to live by the Mississippi River. Great show. Thanks, Robin. Yes, it is an awesome river. I love that energy. I love the energy of the Missouri too. And did you know that you can go all the way up from New Orleans to the middle of Montana on those two rivers in boats? So someday I'm going to do that. I love that idea. Thank you for sharing my link. Tiffany, thank you for sharing both of them and for sharing all the other things you do. Also, I think I was late for getting on this, by the way, tonight. I'm just going to admit that right now. I believe that Tiffany said that she's got apparel for my show up on the shopping site. So that is very cool. I'm excited to see all of that. So anyway, thank you for being here. I'm just going to sing out. Thanks everyone for being here. Joyce, look me up on my website then, and my phone number's on there. Text me. Thank you all for coming. Love you, and I'll see you soon.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.